Quick update on the strawberry plants. They're looking pretty fantastic right here. We have them fenced off from critters, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty plentiful strawberry season, so that's exciting. Welcome back, everybody. So here's another edition of What Sold on eBay. This is going to be for the week of May 8th through the 14th. My name is Brendan. Welcome to Dad Planet. If you're new here, first, welcome. This is my eBay journey. I'm here to help you and kind of show off some of the stuff I sell throughout the weeks and the months. But my hope is for you to learn something, maybe increase your sales, maybe leave a job that you hate, and yeah, that's what we do. So this week here, a good week in sales, almost $4,000, as you can see right there. 26% increase from the week before. You know, it's people still stuck at homes, although, you know, that's going to be changing soon. Although I can tell you what I'm super excited about is the fact that they're talking about another stimulus plan, because while I might not get a stimulus check, I'm going to end up getting everybody else's stimulus check. So hopefully you fall into that category as well. But the restrictions are going to be eased and eased and eased, and soon everybody's thrift stores are going to be open. The churches will have their sales all over again. Garage sale season may have started for some of you. I think we're kind of locked up for the next couple of months regarding garage sales. I don't know, I haven't really been paying that close attention, although I should, because this is a major portion of my business. But I'm going to show you 10 sales here from the week of that I thought were interesting. Some high dollar, some normal amounts, all bolos that you should be looking for when you're out doing your thing. So yeah, let's knock this out. All right, so first one here, Kirby. So Kirby Vacuums is I think they're headquartered in Cleveland actually, which isn't that, it's like a couple hours from me here in Columbus, Ohio. And the interesting thing about this is Kirby Vacuums are only sold through distributors. And then their like business model is to go door to door. So if I understand it correctly, like this is like a direct sale business. You can only go into somebody's home if you're a distributor and try to sell these vacuums to people, which like reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite. Didn't they like go door to door to sell Tupperware out? Anyway, these things are built like tanks. So unless somebody was like dropping them off the roof of their homes, they're gonna work. I mean, you might have to change out a belt every now and then, but they're monsters. So I bought this whole lot of stuff for 50 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. I've talked about this in previous videos where I'm always a little bit higher priced. Not always. Sometimes I'm the lowest priced. Sometimes I float in the middle. Oftentimes I'm a little bit higher because I don't target the race to the bottom buyer. So paid 50 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. These were selling consistently, this Centuria model here, in the $200 range, but because the sell-through rate is so good for Kirby vacuums and the Centuria model in particular, it was easy for me to hold out to get $220, and you know, sure enough, that's what it sold for. So $219.49. They also paid $40.98 in shipping and then $18.88 in tax. So they're $279.35 all in. I'm only 50 bucks into it. The unit didn't have the like normal glistening shine that they do when they're you know, brand new. And I have another Kirby I'm going to show you later on in the video. But it was clean. The interior was clean. The bag was clean, and they come apart easy. I mean, it was easy to store and ship. So just yeah, I tested it on my carpet in my kitchen and worked like a charm. So check Facebook Marketplace for these, and don't be afraid to pay up, because their sell-through rate is awesome, and you just can't get them in stores. So it's not like they're like readily available in the marketplace. So yeah, keep your eye out for Kirby vacuums, Centuria model in particular, and yeah, so that's that. Okay, this was just a fun one. I was at a flea market with my daughter, my oldest daughter, and saw this for $30. I made her an offer of $15, and she took it. It is a Tiny Toon Adventures Vintage Sleeping Bag. It was in really good condition. You can see that's from 1990. Zippers worked fine. It was clean. So I took a chance on it. There had been a comparable sale, I think for maybe around $70 from a Canadian buyer. So when I saw that there was one other sale and no other active listings, I was happy paying $15 for this item. So story about this one is I actually sold this a couple of months ago. I sent somebody an offer, or maybe I had best price and they got it for $70, but they never paid. So I had to relist it, and then a couple of months later, I'm glad that I didn't sell it to that first seller because I got full price for it. So the buyer paid $99.99, $11.55 in shipping, and then $6 in tax. So they're $117.54 all in. Again, I paid 15 bucks. Tiny Toon Adventures, vintage sleeping bags. I mean, I feel like maybe that's sort of obvious, but the fact that there was one other comparable sale made me confident in making this purchase. So see you later. Teavana brand, you know, for whatever reason, I always look it up. I feel like there's enough of a collector's market for this brand. And this, you know, there's no tea in this little canister set. So it was just a nice, like, little collectible, you know, felt-lined case with 2 black tea canisters in it. They were empty. This box in particular, like the exterior, it had a few condition issues. I mean, they weren't terrible. A little nick right there. You can see there's a little like piece coming apart there by the hinges. But there are enough people out there looking for Teavana related items because they're a little bit harder to get nowadays. So scan when you're in the stores. This one here, it's just a nice decor piece, and the interesting thing about it is it's probably just going to be storage for the buyer. You know, I mean, maybe they will put it on display, but there's enough of a market. So keep your eye out for Teavana items. This sold for full price. I had it for quite a while, but one of those list and forget things. I paid $4.99 for it. It sold for $29.99. Buyer paid $11.30 in shipping, and then $2.58 in tax. So what are they? They are $43.87 all in for the item, and collectors. They're out there. So scan Teavana, look that stuff up when you're in the stores. All right, Cinderella's Castle. This is from the monorail set. This is the second one that I've sold. I feel like I sold the first one with accessories for $69.99. I could be wrong, but it's gonna be somewhere around there. And I listed this for $89.99, and it sold for full price. The nice thing about this castle here is it makes it lights up and it makes sound. So it's kind of a cute set. It wasn't in perfect condition. It had some issues with it, of course, that I disclosed. But even these like little topiary pieces, like you put little watch batteries in them and they light up, and some of them make sounds. It's a really cute set. This one here, that little carriage I had was broken. Actually, here I'll show you a piece right here. So that was taped together here. This piece here from the top was broken off, but you know, with glue, like it would go back on just fine. But I found one of these at a Goodwill. I also found another one at a church sale. So they're going to turn up in both places. You probably see it at garage sales too. The Cinderella Castle Monorail Park playset with accessories, and this was sitting in my basement. Like I actually forgot to list the second one. It was sitting in the stores. I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember seeing this one in my active inventory. So I just listed it like maybe a month or so ago. Again, going through my death pile, trying to find stuff with all the stores closed. And it would have probably sold sooner than this had I had it listed sooner. So anyway, yeah, $89.99, $19.36 they paid for shipping, and then $7.24 in tax. So $116.59 all in, and I couldn't have paid more than $5 for this at the church sale. So a great purchase. This one will sell 100% of the time if the lights and the sounds work. And again, it doesn't have to be in perfect condition. So keep your eye out for this set in particular because it is an easy sale. All right, next one. So this is a Nike brand. These are the Jordan 6 Retros, okay? Infrared, and they were size 11. When they are brand new, I'm going to show you a picture of the soles here. When they're brand new, it's almost like blue ice on the bottom, okay? So because these ones were in used condition, they start to yellow a little bit. Now there are people that will restore these, like you can almost see right here on the edges the true color, okay? They're like crystal blue see-through. These were not that. And you can, you know, when I'm taking pictures, I get as close as I can so that you can see all of the like condition issues that exist. So they weren't in perfect condition, but this is one of the most highly coveted styles of this shoe of the Jordan brand. So I had a good size 11, style number on this is 384664. Pay attention to this if you're in stores. I got this at Goodwill. I'm going to show you. This sold, I believe, on May 17th. Where does it say that? Okay, so you can see right here, start time. I listed this on May 12th. It sold 5 days later, but look at the page views. Almost 3,000. So, and I feel like these had 7, 8, 9 watchers, something like that, by the time they sold. Again, one of the most highly coveted Jordans you can find. I took an offer of $71.99 because of the condition. If they were in like mint condition or just even better condition than the shoes you're looking at, these would have gotten $100 or more. So $71.99, $10.90 for shipping. They are $82.89 all in. I paid $9.99 for these at Goodwill. Great find. All right, Mud Pie. The Mud Pie brand does well for me. This is the second time that I've sold like this nacho bowl with the, the chips or queso or whatever you want to call it. This was new and it came with the spoon. So I listed it at $49.99, and that's what it sold for, full price, $14.40 in shipping, and then there's $64.39 all in. I paid $4.99 for this one. I have also sold just the bowl without the spoon for $39.99. So this item is a Bolo. There are also banks, and you've probably seen it if you've watched some of my other What Sold on eBay videos. Every now and then I'll have a Mud Pie bank. One was an airplane, I think one was a frog. So the Mud Pie banks do really well for me. And then this particular Mud Pie item also does well. So keep your eye out for that brand. They do discontinue things, which of course shorts the supply and then increases the demand. But yeah, I do well with Mud Pie, so keep your eye out for it. Kind of looks almost a little bit like the Ray Dunn, like farmhouse style with the text lettering and all that. But pay attention. Keep your eye out for Mud Pie stuff. I do well with it. Hopefully you do too. All right, so we're back to Kirby here. Now, in the comments, I want you to tell me if you would have, all other things considered, paid what I paid for this model. So this is Kirby's newest model, the Advil Evalee R2, and I paid $300 for this. I also paid $300 sight unseen, so I took some risks because I had to take a long drive to pick this item up. So $300, it sold for full price, $849. The buyer paid $59.26 in shipping and then $74.97 in tax. Holy moly. So they're $983.73 all in. And again, I paid $300 for this, but now new, this is selling for around $2,500. Okay, so like don't freak out about the $1,000 they paid to get this. I also didn't accept returns on it. The only reason I didn't accept returns on it is because everybody else's listing for the Evalee R2 model that I saw when I was doing comparables also didn't take the returns. I had a 30-day return policy for Kirby Centria. I didn't for Evalee. I was just kind of following the herd there, so no one else was accepting them. Why would I? I tested both of the models. They both worked flawlessly, so there were no issues leading up to it. But this came with all of the accessories that you see. Let me give you some pictures here. This was looked slightly shinier, slightly more crisp than the Centria model, but they were, again, like, unless someone's like, lighting these things on fire, it's going to work. Now, would you have paid $300 for this? The return, by the way, after I did the math, was $422, and that does not include the $300 that I got back through the sale. So, is that a huge return? Is that like 2 times my money? No. Is it 3 times my money? No. But it was $422 in profit. So at the end of the day, I can't complain there. I'd just like to know if you would do that too. The reason I'm asking is because I want you to get out of your comfort zone, like even financially. Like if you have the wherewithal to spend money like this on a high dollar item, do it. There's obviously risk here, but I at least mitigated it with the no return policy. And then again, I have video that I didn't post here, but I have it in the event, the buyer tried to do something nefarious, for whatever reasons, and that doesn't happen often. It does happen, but and I would never accuse somebody of doing so. But I have video backup just in case I needed it. Not that it would really protect you at the end of the day, because eBay always sides with buyers. So like, what are you gonna do? But yeah, $8.50, that's a pretty good sale there. So the lesson here is Kirby. Get on Marketplace, see if you can find them. All right, Danner boots, definitely a Bolo. Maybe more so the men's styles than the women's styles. This was a women's boot, and again, it was a larger size, which I like at the end of the day. But putting Danners, which the women sell a little bit slower, at least in my experience, and then the higher size boot, I had these for a little bit longer. I didn't really do much to clean them, but because the soles were excellent and the brand itself is excellent, there's a picture of the tab there for you, I was happy to wait. So even though these took quite a while to sell, they eventually did sell. So I got full price for them, $49.99, $9.70 in shipping, and then $3.50 in tax. So $63.19 all in. I paid $4.99 for the shoes. Danner made in the USA boots, especially the men's. Keep your eye out for those. And then Onitsuka, I've talked about this brand before. It's an Asics brand. This is Tiger. There was at least one other comparable sale for this particular style and colorway with the navy and the orange. It's sold, I think, around the $50 range, and that's I had best offer taken. They paid $50 for this pair as well. So $50, $8.70 in shipping. So they're $58.70 all in. I paid $3.99 for these at Goodwill. Onitsuka Tiger. My sell-through ratio is 100%. Well, my sell-through ratio for everything is 100%, but certainly with this brand, it's definitely a Bolo. A little bit of a spot right there on the left shoe, like back towards the heel, no problem. And slight sole wear, but that didn't stop. The you can't see the style code there, but it's in the title there, HN201 for these. But anytime you see Onitsuka Tiger, get your phone out and do the work. So good sale, and not only that, I think they sold within the week of me getting them listed. So happy with that at the end of the day. All right, and the final one. So one of my other businesses is the vending business. Fast forward to today, I'm getting out of that business. I bought somebody's existing business that had a route of machines in locations, and so I've got, not only do I have these machines in like around 140, 150 locations, I've got like 15 or 20 of them in my basement that I'm just going to start selling off. Coronavirus pandemic, you have to make quick decisions when we're talking about business here, and it's really not a business I want to be in moving forward. Had there not been a pandemic, like maybe I would be thinking different, but in this instance, I kind of want to move quickly. So I'm just going to I'm selling off some of the assets, and then I'll sell my existing business to somebody eventually, or kind of figure it out. But so I've got a few of these machines. The brand here is 1-800-Vending. So this is a vintage machine. The interesting thing about these are the wheels on the interior. So if you're looking on like Facebook Marketplace, you search gumball machine or vending machine, or you're looking on Craigslist, you want to make sure that at least one of the wheels on the interior is a gumball wheel, because the gumballs end up selling well. And your potential buyer is going to want to know that ahead of time, that they're at least getting one of the like gumball wheels. And then the two on the side, those are candy wheels. They're different. So make sure you look, if you're going to source these on Marketplace and Craigslist and all that stuff, that you know that ahead of time, because some brands will not have a gumball wheel, and that will reduce the value when it comes time for you to resell the model on eBay. So I'm like, I can't even put a value on what this is, because I paid so little for the root, all things considered. But those are working assets working for me right now. So this is just dead weight in the basement. It's got to be sold. So it's sold for full price, $124.99. Buyer paid $23.91 in shipping, and then $8.94 in tax. So they're $157.84 all in. Again, hard to determine what I'm really into this machine at the end of the day. What I can tell you is that brand new, these are around $300, especially a tank like this that is so well built, and those candy wheels, the dials, everything about it is just high quality. It's a heavy piece. So some of the plastic models, those break a little bit easier. These ones do not. So check Craigslist, check OfferUp, Let Go. You'll find these machines. If you can get them for around $50, it's a good flip. So pay attention to that. And yeah, that's all I got for you at the end of the day. So hey, get your like on, get your comments on, get your subscribe on. And I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you guys are all doing well, not going nuts, getting back to normal as life can be moving forward here. And yeah, we'll see you on the next video.